we are extremely grateful that euractiv Deutschland, as part of the euractiv diplomatic workshop series, thought to approach us with the idea to put together a discussion on raw materials and how Canada and Germany can work together.
We have to tackle the problem that many countries who have a favorable positioning on the supply side of raw materials have implemented disruptions, trade barriers, and in many cases these disruptions came as a surprise.
It's important to discuss and identify what we can learn from each other.
We are living in a world where value chains are becoming much more and more global. There is global and growing competition and cooperation between trading partners. And metals are at the beginning of a number of those critical value chains. Metals are essential for modern life as well. And so trade agreements such as CETA help us actually to really maintain and grow these value chains in both regions, in both Canada and in Europe. And so we do hope that CETA will provide also a platform to agree on a regulatory framework in that sense that provides planning and investment security while at the same time maintaining the protection for the environment and for the public at large. We are talking about materials which are really at the beginning of the value chains. A lot of those raw materials are metals or metal compounds, and they do have a certain toxic profile. And unfortunately, what we do see in Europe more and more is that regulation is based on hazard instead of based on risk. So there's a growing amount of regulation around the hazard profile, and that is not really conducive for planning and investment security. When we look at investment cycles in our industry, it's around 20 years, and so we really need that planning security. We really need a consistent regulatory framework which will give that planning security and investment security to the companies. A metal like nickel, for instance, it's used, you just look around you and you find it everywhere. Nickel is also used in quite a lot of technologies which are very much at the forefront of discussions right now. We're talking windmills, we're talking energy-friendly technologies, we're talking batteries, for instance, electrical cars or batteries for storage of renewable energy.
And it's not just because you have good geology that you wind up being an important producer and supplier of raw materials. You need to couple that with a strong regulatory and fiscal framework.
Let's say source of supply is not the issue. It is how to, let's say, secure it longer term, and therefore we need these trade agreements.